Hey, and we're live. Welcome to episode 6 of Yo, Is This Podcast Tiki? With your host Olmac. We're waiting for our co-host Captain Sieber. Oh man, quick on the draw with this one. Hell yeah. Oh hey, what's up? Stingray Jones and the London Booze Hound. Yeah, let's get Jeff in here so we can all be looking at his beautiful face. What's up, little monkey tiki bar? How you guys doing? Yeah. Hey, there he is.
We did it.
Guy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, man. Chilling.
I like that the Instagram live bit that we do is very much a trust fall because you're just like, I hope he shows up. Maybe a minute ago, and now I just have to wait until he decides to join me.
May or may not pop in. Could be on his own.
He might catch me. He might just decide to skip this one.
Solo Mac.
That'll be one of the lost episodes.
Nobody wants to see that episode. There's so much singing.
Mac adrift at sea, singing his own shanties.
Yeah. What are you drinking on today, man?
I got the classic Planter's Punch as usual with the tiny bit of mint.
Beautiful.
You're supposed to have.
Primo.
Looks a little like the emoji. That's my goal usually with most drinks.
I like it. Is that the Tonga barrel mug?
You bet your sweet ass.
Classic. Classic.
Yeah, good stuff. How about you?
I got myself a Mai Tai in my Mr. G mug with my Surfside Sips sip.
You're decked out.
That's how I roll.
And
what's up, Ian? Oh man, there's a bunch of people in here. Ian, hey. Emma, hey. Most Tiki Cantina, hey.
Thanks for being here. Find your seats. Just sit anywhere.
Jim Jam, Bummy, what's up? Everybody.
Yep. Emma,
keep down though. We're talking up here.
We're mic'd up.
Oh, what up, Trey? Yeah, Trey's in here. There's our sponsor. Yep. That's what we're waiting for.
Good man.
Turn this, show off the merch.
The glasswork that he did a live presentation of was very much like magic.
Oh, it's the best. I love tuning into his live streams. They're great.
The whole glass, any sort of work, beyond my understanding as a skill.
Man.
You could just say it's literal magic, and I would be like, yeah, that seems about right.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Have you watched that Blown Away show on Netflix?
I loved that show. Really great.
I caught a little bit of it. I mostly look up, because I'll be doing something else, watching like peripherally, and I'll look up as soon as something breaks, and I'm like, let's rewind it.
Yeah, that really that show kind of filled the Face Off void for me. Once Face Off went off the air, I was like, I need my like what do you even call those? It's like an art competition show of sorts.
Yeah.
And I love that show, man.
Pretty much. Yeah. I haven't finished a season, but I've enjoyed it, what I've seen.
Yeah. Highly recommend.
Yeah, big time.
What do we got on the docket? Oh, I know where we should start.
Where could we possibly start, Matt?
Oh, we should definitely start with the Snyder Cut. Do you want to inform everybody of how we enjoyed the Snyder Cut?
Oh, man. Well, Mac on Thursday...
What's up, Anita?
A picture of his TV with just like... Maybe the timestamp is at 2.5 minutes in, and Mac was like, I feel like I've been watching for 90 minutes. And I was like, sold. And I dropped everything I was doing, which wasn't much, but I hopped on HBO Max, pulled it up, and started. And I had wanted to see it prior to.
I had not.
but I don't think I would have watched it if you weren't also simultaneously watching it and us sending each other voice memos. And we won't spoil it. That's true. We won't.
Yeah,
or at least
no
spoiler warning.
Honestly, I don't even know what happened in it.
It was long.
It was long.
It was 4 hours. What we are alienating most of our audience because no one else has taken the 4.5 hours, whatever it is, to watch it. But that's the way to experience movies, is sending a voice memo back and forth when
Yep.
you're like, can you believe that?
What is happening? Who are
Can you
these
believe
people?
it's still part one?
It really was like the apocalypse now of superhero movies, right? It's just
Yeah.
nothing but serious the whole time. It's way too long than it should have been.
It was pretty long.
Couldn't really tell you that happened. Man.
It's
Don't worry,
experience.
Andrew. You won't find time to watch it. It's too long.
It took us 2 days. We had to stop. There was one where we were like, I can't just do this from 5 o'clock to 9 p.m. I have other stuff to do. But, I recommend, if you have the time, or if you want to break it up into a week-long event, yeah, do it.
Yeah, agreed. What's up, Z? Z popped in. Excellent.
Gang's all here. Also,
Yep.
And I don't know, Mac may be using a new phrase now. To death.
The Snyder Cut has now become a period of time, or a measurement of time, which is just over 4 hours. It's kind of like a yard being, right around 3 feet.
Give or take.
The Snyder Cut is now right around 4 hours. So
this episode is going to be a quarter of a Snyder Cut, is what we could say.
Yeah,
and that's accurate.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. And yeah, Little Monkey Tiki Bar, you do have to be wasted, and you should be. It's much better that way.
We made a drinking game.
We did.
Every time it was slow motion, we took a drink, which was
God.
a lot.
The movie could have been like 45 minutes, except most of it is slow motion. So it really
speed up the slow motion parts, and it's much quicker.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good movie trick, though. If you need to reach like the 90-minute mark to be like a basic cinematic production, throw in some slow motion. And if you want to triple that, just keep throwing in slow motion.
Give it the Snyder treatment.
The Snyder treatment. Okay.
After that, I watched something much more digestible, which was Falcon Winterman.
Oh, great. Winter Falcon, as a friend of mine, Jimmy, put
it. Yeah, the title of that might as well be the Snyder Cut. Way too long. They gotta bring that one really down. Yeah, Winter Falcon would have been a way better name. WandaVision.
Winter Falcon. The Penguin. That name probably isn't taken, right? Is that a character in any series? Yes.
Not that I've seen. Finally got around to watching both Inside Out and Soul. Had not seen either of those yet.
Wow.
Loved them.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah. They're fun.
Yeah.
I thought Soul, the jazz and the animation of Soul was great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went and watched Richard, I'm going to butcher his name, but Richard Ayoade's Ayoade, the one of the gods, I guess, from Soul. He's in the IT Crowd.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And he's fantastic and very funny. And then he just kept popping up in stuff I was watching, like Disenchantment on Netflix, and then a whole bunch of other things. I kept running into him, and I'm like, I don't hate this.
Love it. Yeah. I saw a little bit of the IT Crowd. I very much enjoyed that.
Very well done show. Very British.
Very.
It's like half of a regular sitcom season for the U.S. is their entire series.
Totally. Yeah, Trey, I really enjoyed Inside Out. I really liked the how they just the art direction and how they visualized all the feeling. It was all just really well realized. I was really blown away by it.
Yeah, Pixar is also good at not making any one villain, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's never, if you look through those movies, there's not a villain really. beyond like a general concept, I guess. Anything from Toy Story to Wall-E, the villain is not a character.
Totally. Yeah. Ian said
Madonna.
he's going to be Sadness for one of his couple's Halloween costumes.
That's great. Love it.
You got to hit us with the pictures of that, brother. That's amazing.
And it's true. The grandmother from Monana, which is how it's pronounced in this household, is the I guess the mathematician one. I don't know the terms for a lot of the characters, but the one who went hunting in the real world.
Gotcha.
Yeah, same character.
Nice.
Less singing in Soul, surprisingly, for as much music as it had.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Very much enjoyed it, though. Those are both great. And then we've still been making our way through the Fargo TV series. We're still in the first season, but we're on the last episode now, which we'll probably finish tonight. That show is stellar.
You're cranking through it. I have not dabbled. I don't really intend to, but I've heard great things.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie?
Yeah.
It's as great as the movie. It's it's a different story that exists in the same universe. So the first season happens after the story of the movie. If I'm not mistaken, the second season happens prior to the story of the movie. And I think they're on season 4 now or something, but I'm really excited to keep moving through the series.
You know what's a series that we're both going to be watching and probably pulling a lot of content from? Is one that just came out or was announced on Paramount Plus that I texted Mac 15 minutes ago. Be like, Legends of the Hidden Temple will be available on Paramount Plus.
Boom. It's so funny. I was just, because I don't remember what we were watching last night. I think I was watching the Suns game. But there was a commercial for Paramount Plus, and I was like, I made a comment to Val. I was like, man, every single thing that they show me in here, it just looks awful. Like, I have no need to ever get Paramount Plus. They have just such trash programming, it looks like. And then you hit me with Legend of the Hidden Temple. I would pay like, I don't know, $50 a month just to watch Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly.
Worth it.
I know, right, Ian? Yeah. Did you see the Legends of the Hidden Temple movie that they did on Nickelodeon?
Jim asked a good question. Is subscribing to 28 streaming services Tiki? No, but we have to do it.
You got to do it.
They've got us. They've got us now.
I guess it's Tiki in the sense that a lot of them have different stuff that you could pull from, which some of it is Tiki.
Oh, we're going to get great content from it. And I'd like to gamble. I don't know if I should announce this on the podcast, but I'd like to gamble on those children playing the game. That's a joke if anybody, plays this in a court of law. But I think we should place bets on these children.
We definitely should. We should do live casts while watching it.
I also don't know if that's legal, but I'm totally down with it.
Betting live cast, yeah. We'll get on...
We'll do like a listen-along podcast where we watch it, we record ourselves watching it, and then you can play that as like commentary.
Yeah, and we'll get our second sponsor, which is DraftKings. Use the code word Tiki to get $50 free in DraftKings cash.
Just enter the code Silver Monkey, Temple Guardian, and get 50% off whatever. I don't do DraftKings. Is betting on children Tiki. I don't think we should condone that, despite we're going to cut out a lot again. We end up cutting out a lot of our content, so it's not admissible in a court of law.
5K on Blue Barracudas, that's what I'm talking about.
I think they do pretty well. And could you also just Google these episodes and find out what happens and like ruin our chances? Yes.
Definitely.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to do it.
I won't do it. Unless I'm like 15 grand in the hole, and then I kind of need to.
Then I'm doing a little Googling.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie, the Nickelodeon movie they did?
No. If it's not like live, it just missed me. I can't really give a reason.
Totally. I took the time to hunt it down and watch it. and I was pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly. It's like, I mean, it's not good,
So
but
I'm just laughing at the Stone Flamingos question: is getting sued for betting on children Tiki? The amount of legal issues that end up being discussed in this podcast is becoming worrisome.
good thing we are lawyers in paradise.
That's the spin-off podcast. The one after this one.
Yeah.
Is it Tiki? Is it worth convicting over? And no, to answer your question, no, betting on children is not. But we're betting on... Okay, we're betting on children.
We're betting on children.
It's in the sense of... Oh, Emma asked a good question. If they made an adult...
So... Yes, so
adult
I
Legends
have...
of the Hidden Temple show, would you go on?
Val and I, and I'm sure Tay have all talked about this in the past. We have literally looked into how much it would cost to get to rent, I guess, a giant warehouse and build a whole set like that. Yeah.
To build the whole set, I would assume, Mac, billions.
Probably. I mean, it's really like whatever it would take to build a set and get it. It's like whatever it would take to build a tiki bar, really, but a tiki bar you can run through.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Pretty apt. It's adventure-esque. And you need 8 different rooms, and if they need to be adult size, but that seems pretty, yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. And we were talking about, we could do it sort of like in art, like an installation type situation where, granted, we would have to kind of, I guess we would end up not getting the rights to these things, and it would be like...
Oh, you don't think you would?
It would be like,
you don't
instead of Legends of the Hidden Temple,
too?
It'd be like, the secrets of the Forgotten Tomb, and then you'd run through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Or we would do Double Dare setup or Global Gut setup. This was the whole...
Nick Arcade setup. Just a whole green screen. By the way, all of these shows are on Paramount Plus.
Oh, shit. All
Nick
the Nickelodeon
Arcade,
stuff?
Guts. I think Double Dare is too.
How much is it a month? Is it like $10 a month?
It's around $350. I don't know how much.
I was like, wait, really?
Yeah, it's around $40,000 a year. Worth it.
Not cheap.
Salute Your Shorts is on it. And Hey Dude.
But Salute Your Jorts is what I'm looking for.
Salute Your Jorts is a different thing.
Worldly intestines instead of global cuts.
Yeah. Worldly intestines.
Nailed it. Thanks, buddy.
Writes itself. Well, I think there is an absolute market for remaking these shows and putting the children who watched it on it.
Agreed.
If people are willing to run through Ninja Warrior and Wipeout courses, Guts and Hidden Temple make even more sense, because that already had such an impact on all these people when they were younger.
Agreed.
And they're great shows.
Great shows. It's funny, Rob from Happy Tiki Head Show with Ian shot me randomly yesterday, sent me a link to watching two kids do a temple run. And this first girl, man, this poor girl, she just was not good at it.
Listen,
know where to
you've
go.
all gotten stage fright. I understand.
Yep. Oh, that's a great idea, Ian. You bring back the former child contestants to compete again as adults. That's brilliant. I love that.
It could be anything from, we take just 10 previous winners and put them on an episode, and then 10 who just fucked it up.
There you go.
Bring them back.
There you go. It's kind of like the Titan games.
Yeah, I haven't watched that. There's no.
Oh, Jeff!
Well,
Jeff! Titan games, bro.
Okay, I'll check it out.
The Rock is Tiki. We've been over this.
True. That's true. I also want to mention, for those who haven't put it together, that your Olmec name comes from Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were the talking puppet head.
Yeah, I thought as a kid they were saying Olmec with an like Olmec. I didn't know
What were
that
they
there
saying
was
instead?
It's with an E, Olmec,
Oh, okay.
because like the Olmec heads in Mexico, is that where they are? Yeah,
You'd know better than me.
barely.
Yeah. Well, okay, I mean, it's close enough, and I think that's a good homage to what a good show that is.
Yeah, totally.
So someone had asked, Nick Arcade. Yes, Nick Arcade. Fantastic.
Such a good show. Mikey, right? Wasn't that the little dude? You played as Mikey, and you'd like,
Oh,
he's the
you'd
guy
move
you'd like,
on the board?
yeah. You run into the bully or whatever.
Yeah. And you would have it was all green screen, which
Yeah.
at the time, revolutionary. And I was like, why don't these kids just jump higher when I was playing? But I can't imagine what that's like, considering, professional actors have trouble when it's like a controlled environment, throwing children into this sort of tech and being like, just dodge the fireballs. That's a lot.
You know who would have crushed at that show is weathermen or women.
Who?
It's the same weather people who do the weather on the news.
Yes.
Would have crushed it.
Also,
Same thing. Yeah, Mikey. Yeah.
Gollum.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just anyone from episodes 1 to 3 of Star Wars as well would have, just by that trial, would have done very well.
That's method at that point.
Yeah. But that one was good. There you go. As we've said before, we've asked for stuff on this podcast, and suddenly it happened. So when a live adult version of Legends of the Hidden Temple exists,
I'm there.
You heard it first here.
Oh, fun news. What's up,
Finally,
Art of Cacti?
It's been a lot of downer news so far, but
I'm sure probably most people already know because I've been spamming it all week, but I got new merch made. I got t-shirts. I got some hats. I'm not actually wearing my hat right now, but I am wearing, boom, Olmec t-shirt. Olmec Tiki.
There he is.
They're on my Etsy if you want to check out all the stuff that I got. I got this one. I got like a ska, little ska guy.
Love it.
There's a tank top. There's an AC/DC looking band shirt, some hats.
I got that reference.
Yeah, good. So check that out. Super stoked about that. Also, I'll probably make a post about this later. I was going to do it yesterday when they arrived, but I wanted to save it because why not save it for the fun podcast? And so I've got my new pin coming out. Hopefully I'll have it by the beginning of next month. But I just got my backing cards for them, and I am super stoked on them. This doesn't really do it justice, but
I mean, fantastic.
Yeah. The way these cards feel is almost like rubbery.
Okay.
It's like the wildest thing. And
you have my attention. I guess I'll have to order one.
You're gonna have to
see
order.
How they feel.
It's all about the feel of the backing card.
That's what they've said.
Yeah.
So first of all, fantastic stuff. Glad to see it from you. You do great work.
Thanks, man.
And then Emma says she's making calls. Time to find a warehouse. She's doing the Lord's work. It is also dope. Stone Flamingo asked, "Is ska Tiki?"
We sort of got into this last week or 2 weeks ago.
Bit.
We had is skanking Tiki a question?
Yeah, the dance style that accompanies ska.
Yeah. So ska, I like to think it's Tiki because I make the crossover and I force that into everybody's face. But the music itself, Not necessarily. It does have some blend with the surf rock, which also blends into the tiki.
A little bit.
Um, but you know, its origins are from Jamaica originally. So
Stone Flamingo is realizing she's the one who asked the skanky question, which is true. But I respect anyone doubling down. If you want to join and just ask the same question each time until you get an answer from us, respect.
ching, ching, just keep pulling that lever.
We will handle
It is from the islands, man. Thanks, Emma. That's how you type that with an accent.
it. It comes down to me also, would you hear it? You could play it on a jukebox in a Polynesian pop bar and a tiki bar. I wouldn't expect to walk in and hear it. I wouldn't hate hearing it, and there is some music that is kind of more the tempo that would be appropriate for such a setting. But at the same time, it's very much a sound that is unique on its own and wouldn't be as obviously tiki as so many other things.
Yeah.
So I would I would just give it maybe like a out of our 1,000 points we can possibly give, I'd give it at most a 400 and at least like a 350. You know?
Yeah. I might even push it up to like 450. I will say
405.
this, Real Big Fish has their own tiki mug,
Oh, well.
which I feel like for me gives it an extra 50 points.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I mean, having your own mug, it does count for a good amount, but then it is the sound as well, to me.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of mugs out there, but that doesn't disqualify them in my book. I give points a little harsher. I'm the
I
harsher
respect
of
that.
Sorry, we had a number of good questions. Least of all being, what's the deal with pins, though? Do people collect them? They wear them around? I think it's both, but it's up to you. And it's the sort of thing, for me, pins, I was never a big collector, but then I went to, like, some art vendor events at my local Tonga hut, as well as other places, the Warehouse in Marina Del Rey, came across pins that I liked, as well as, like, just stuff. If it moves you, pick it up, is my motto.
Agreed. Yeah, you know, I felt like, because especially the Disney pin game was really big, right? And people would like collect
That's a
those like
whole.
crazy.
There is an entire. That's a subculture. That's not
Yeah.
necessarily tiki, but it's these people are at Disneyland trading pins like playing cards, which to some people, you know, that's fun. I'm not going to make a judgment. I've already said enough about betting on children.
I straight up did not understand the pin thing, especially with like Disneyland. I was like, what? Same question, basically. I was like, you know, are people collecting these? Like, why am I spending money to pick up a pin? And then I don't know. I just kind of started like seeing pins, and I was like, that's cool, and like this is a neat small piece of artwork. And also, as a guy, I don't get to wear a lot of accessories. You know, I don't get like a lot of bracelets or rings or necklaces or stuff like that. And so, well, I guess I have a lot of tiki necklaces.
Now that I think about it, I have like roughly 8 necklaces on at any time.
Yeah, but yeah, ultimately, I like that I can buy someone's piece of art and then wear it. That isn't necessarily like a T-shirt or a hat. It's not, and it's something that's like small and I can hold. I don't know. It's such a fun little trinket that I love pins.
It's a pretty harmless thing, and for the people who at Disneyland, it is a thing, and Disney World, where people bring lanyards, vests, just entire outfits decked out in what can best be described as a Mandalorian level of armor of pins.
Yes.
And they trade, and like there are some that are rare, it gets discontinued. It's almost Beanie Babies-esque in that sort of thing. Again, I'm not making any judgments about it. I have never traded a pin. It's never been like, I just wouldn't do that, but so many people enjoy it. Seems harmless. I don't know how you would get up though and put all of those on. Like that seems like it would take a while. But at the same time, there's a lot of good pins out there, and why not have one or two that speak to you?
And why not wear 40 pounds worth of metal when you go to Disneyland?
That's whatever gives the metal detectors a hard time, but even so. Emma asks, you guys ever cry on the pod? Which is a very good question. I cry before each episode backstage with Mac when we're having our pre-video conference and just discussing everything.
It's a theme park bar. We were just talking about theme parks. And
Mac isn't
oh
going
my
to acknowledge
God,
it, but it's true.
Ian, yes, I do just want to accessorize. I can't believe that I didn't come up with that word. Thank you. I'm very happy that you said that.
You should use that in hashtag form.
That's my next T-shirt. Just says accessories.
I mean, you should do like pins as well with that, hats, and just anytime you post any sort of merch,
Agreed.
hashtag accessorize. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Andrew, our esteemed Surfside Sips guy, he's going to Tiki Oasis and he's going to be vending there. I'm so stoked. He just got the word yesterday or 2 days ago or something. He's got his own tent and everything. He was just going to kind of like go and try and guerrilla vend, but now he's going. And
he was going to have the trench coat thing. You want to buy a glass straw type situation?
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah. That's what I was going to go with too. Just a bunch of pins.
You want them accessorize? I'm trying to piss. Can this wait? We get you on the news for creeping in bathroom. Anyway, no. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
They are making pins with Beskar now, but it's very expensive.
Very.
They do block anything pretty much short of a lifesaver, though.
That's why people take them to Disneyland.
Yeah. You gotta be careful of that. There are kids running around with lightsabers in that place. It seems greatly irresponsible.
And you can't even bet on them.
Speaking of Disney, by the way, this is a mug from the
oh, nice.
The cantina in the new Star Wars Land, Galaxy's Edge, as it's called. I call it Star Wars Land because I'm an idiot. But Galaxy's Edge has it. It's just like a wooden scape of the Battle of Endor, which I think is pretty cool.
I love it.
Yeah. And that car itself is a wild experience, which I first kind of got to deal with at 9:30 in the morning after being up at around 5, 6 a.m. so I could get in line because Star Wars Land was that exclusive at the time.
Right.
Which was a long time to go with, limited sleep and then just, we're going to do every drink on this freaking menu because who knows when we're going to be back.
How were the drinks?
At the time, great.
Nice.
But, legit, joking aside, creative. They have several, ciders and beers that are exclusive to the park itself that they have that sort of deal with. As well as they worked hard to make, dry ice in one of them, or, a smoking effect, as well as, black rock salt, which was kind of exciting. And then, passion fruit, just innards thrown on something.
Nice.
It was very nicely done. I respected the creativity of it. Really, if you get the chance to go do it, it's a weird time.
Yeah, I plan to. We just got, so this past Friday, Val and I got our second vaccination shot. Had a real rough one on Saturday. Woo!
Friday night into Saturday?
Yeah, Friday night it really started to come on, and then just kind of all Saturday. I had fever. We kind of both had a fever. I had mad like chills and shakes. My shakes were so bad I like fucked up my back. I made a paper, so that always happens.
That's
But
not Tiki.
dude, it's not Tiki. It was brutal. It sucked. We had to skip our usual Saturday Tiki harvest of just going through all of our fruit that we have. But man, whew, it was rough. But then Sunday, totally fine. Like,
look at you.
As if nothing happened. Yeah.
Hey.
So now 2 weeks from then, which will be April 2nd, all the antibodies and all that jazz should be good to go. So April 2nd is the day.
What's that going to be? That's a Saturday. That's not this Saturday, but the next one. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if that was an episode day, I don't know.
I'm coming over there.
Alive. That will be insane when it happens.
Yeah. We'll still be sitting across from each other with our phones, but just looking at each other.
I was going to say, it's just going to be, that.
Yeah.
Your light will be great. Mine will be garbage.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah. They're asking, Stone Flamingo, doesn't Disney have a 2-drink limit? There was one at Electronica. I'm guessing that's when Tron came out. We didn't run into that issue. I guess you could only order 2 at a time, but we marched through. There were like 9 of us roughly in the group, so we managed to march through the whole menu and try other stuff and get a feel for it. But they do
leave, put a mustache on, come back.
Yeah, put on a Boba Fett helm. Never see it coming. But this is because it's like the only place in Disneyland, not California Adventure, that you can get actual alcohol.
Word. Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the flask at Videopolis. Yeah, I agree, Lincoln Bot. That is the way to go.
Yeah, so we managed to we each got 2. So there is, I guess, still a 2-drink limit. But they're good enough drinks that you'll be like, this is good. Let's go ride the Millennium Falcon.
Is it like 2 drinks at a time, or can you like leave and then come back?
That's a good question. We didn't come back. Usually the line is too long. I mean, what? Well, they do it like reservation style where you can't, after a certain point, they're like, we're done taking reservations for the day because we're backed up to the point that some people who got in line at 11:30 are coming back at like 2:33 and so on,
Gotcha. So, that makes sense. All right.
That's how they do it.
Nice. That's solid. I don't know if you saw, but Tiki Farm released a new mug that Val and I picked up, and it's called the Passenger, and it's a turtle, and the shell is like a skull. Oh, dude, it's wild. I am stoked for it to get here.
I'm trying to picture it.
Yeah, I'll throw it up on my story after this. So if you're listening and you want to check this out, like look at my story. But
fantastic,
hot damn. Also, speaking of turtles, there's an artist that I follow, Jacob Medina, who a couple people got the Passenger as well. It's so cool, man. It's so cool. It's 32 ounces.
Mac.
Oh no.
32. So it's like an average turtle size.
Yeah, it's like a Galapagos.
Oh, great. That's a bowl, Mac. You ordered a bowl.
That's a keg. That's a Tiki keg.
Yeah.
So there's this other artist that I follow, Jacob Medina, who at Jacob Art Medina, Medina is his handle. But he is finishing up his sculpt on this turtle mug that is wild, man. It's like this crazy turtle king. He's like standing upright. It's on my story right now. If you want to check it out, look at my story after this. But
I would. What if I just left now?
Just get out of here,
Left
Jeff.
you to sing.
Look at the story.
It's So what I'm hearing is that spring 2021 is just fucking turtle time.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
trend.
yeah. Yeah, Andrew says that Oakwash. Do you follow Oakwash, Omar?
No, but I will.
This guy is putting out crazy mugs, man, and his turtle shell that he has coming out looks like something straight out of Moana with its like design. It's beautiful, absolutely
Huh.
beautiful. I'm
Okay.
sure I can't afford it, but I'm going to be dying to get my hands on one of those.
Well, there it is. That's the new GoFundMe for this podcast.
Yeah.
Get Mac that turtle mug.
Give me the mug. Hey, Ashim's
Oh, hey,
here.
there's the guy. Uh, Ashim was telling me, who is a fantastic addition to any Tiki society, that it is currently, for those who have access to them at farmers markets, white grapefruit season,
Ooh.
which is huge because that was the original sort of fruit that was utilized in a lot of drink recipes of the classic variety. Like now they've been sort of adapted to red grapefruit, but white is the way to go in terms of the original flavors and if you want to have the OG taste and whatnot. So if you can get to any white grapefruit, pick it up, grab it. It's in
Hell yeah.
season now.
If you find any
Emma,
at
always a
the
pleasure.
bye, Emma.
Ta-ta to you later too, asking us if we cry, which I
You're
did
gonna miss
answer.
all the crying, Emma. If you're well, there
No,
she
I
goes.
cry backstage. I
I
save it for
miss
that.
I miss
No,
Emma.
I'm not too professional for that, man.
One, if you find any white grapefruit at your next trip to the farmers market, please pick some up for me. I'll run up to the valley and grab it from you.
All right. Way
And
ahead of you.
two, Andrew just said that he's, if I'm not mistaken, he's collaborating with Oakwash, and the turtle mug is going to come with a Surfside Sips. That's dude,
Yeah, that's great.
hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it going to come with the like turtle shell uh, straws that you do? It's weird to ask questions to people in the chat because it takes a minute.
We can just assume as well, because I watched him put a turtle on a straw, which
Yeah,
still boggles my mind how
so
that happens
cool,
and how that's done
so
with
cool.
glass and material that, in my experience,
Nice,
is not that easy to work with.
dude. Andrew, sometime I'm gonna come up there and you're gonna show me how to make some straws, and I'm gonna be fucking hyped on that.
Yeah. That's his guest star episode.
Oh, teal straws, neat.
Still
Yeah,
great.
yeah, totally.
It coordinates. I'm into it.
Agreed. Also, let me go back for a second.
Yeah.
Ashim, what happened to Wandering Goblet? I was just talking about this at Val the other day. We miss it. We want your drinks, bruh. What happened? What happened?
I can't answer for him, but I also enjoyed them.
God, so good. For those who don't know, Wandering Goblet was Ashim and Morgan. His what? What's the full relationship there? Wife, girlfriend?
I'm not at liberty to say. No, it's they're BF and GF for a long
Word.
time.
They were. They're coming back soon. Hell yeah.
There you go.
They were doing a delivery cocktail service and making just fire drinks, just straight fire. Loved it, and was so happy to get them. Yeah, follow them on @WanderingGoblet.
Yeah.
We look forward to those every other week. That was such a treat. Such a treat.
They are fantastic. He is another follower, as so many are, or at least takes from the Smuggler's Cove book, but as well has finished the Grog Log in Tonga Hut, which is a journey, as anybody knows,
Champion.
of the 70-something drinks they have to do in a year, or else, you got to restart, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad I
We
didn't
finished
start it last year.
I was going to say, we finished in December.
Woo!
And then we
Freak
had
buy.
roughly 2 months to use our discount. But then we're also like, I would like to have the drink already decided for me, where we hand them our basically scroll of names, They just pick whichever one they want to do.
Love it.
And then we decide if we like it or not.
Wait, so do you get a discount then afterwards? Does that only last for a year?
No, it's lifetime.
Oh, beautiful.
As long as I stalk this earth and have that pendant, fuck off drinks.
How long did it take you? When did you guys start?
So in March,
Okay.
like early March we
2018
started.
or 2019?
Yeah,
March
2019.
2019.
And we finished by December, mid to early December 2019.
Okay.
Which, if you do the math, is pretty insane.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
It's
How many
not
drinks
the
is it?
record, and there were times that, like, Ash and Morg were traveling, or I had surgery and the doctor said I couldn't drink, and we just had to take time off, or I was visiting New York, like, just weeks at a time. Doing the math, it works out to a pretty, not insane, but a respectable number at a time. And I think we did 3, maybe 4 in one night at a time, which we were like, never again.
That's a lot.
That's
What's the total number? 100?
no 70. I want to say 75 or 76.
Whew.
You have a year. This is the whole bit. You have a year to finish 76 drinks on this list of like old school tiki cocktails. You have basically the map that you hand the bartender and you're like, I'd like to do this one. Or you say, please pick one for me because we don't care. And if you have more people doing it with you, it's a little easier because you can compare notes. You can, chip in for drinks every other time, whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it is an undertaking.
Did you have a favorite?
So I would say Blackbeard's Ghost was a big favorite.
Interesting.
Yeah, that one was great. That one went
Okay.
over very well. There was also several less than favorites. It was weird, though. Like, there were some where they're like, in this one, we just have to grind up the ice a whole bunch, and you just have to deal with it. Like, into, like, a slurry type situation, and then just suck it down.
Okay.
Or it would be like, this one uses both types of vermouth and Pernod, and it's not pleasant. But it's one of those where, like, then after you're like, why did you do this to us, bartender? And they're like, everybody hates that one. But it's part of the experience.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah. It's great. I legit dragged my feet. I was like, why would I do this? But this was, years ago, 2 years ago. And then I had such a blast doing it. It was so much fun. It was fun to get more involved in that whole, culture. And this was a really good way to do it because it gave us something to work towards and something we could all kind of bond over.
Totally.
Yeah.
Plus, you get to just try so many drinks that you probably wouldn't have otherwise have tried.
Never would have gotten near them.
Yeah. Yeah. Jealous over here.
We'll get you there sometime. It's not a uncommon thing to have also at a tiki bar. It seems to be almost exclusively a tiki bar thing where you sign up more or less for this thing and you have to drink A, B, or C, like whether it's types of rum or whether it's types of cocktail, and then you get your name on the board and you get like other accolades.
Totally.
But I think Smuggler's Cove has something like that.
Yeah, I think they have a rum club, right?
Yes. This is at Tonga Hut here and at Tonga Hut in Palm Springs, I believe this is a thing.
Are those two separate ones, or can you now get the discount at the Palm Springs one?
I believe I can get the discount at the Palm Springs one as well.
Nice.
Yeah. They take care of their own.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But so for 76, we're going to call it 76 drinks. I know it's within 2 to 4 of that, but 76 drinks. Do you want to guess what the record is for completing that? At
like amount of time?
The amount of, to start to finish, how long did it take this person to finish the entire grog log at the LA Tonga Hut.
Okay, and yours was 9 months?
Yeah, about.
Okay. I feel like 5 months would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with 5 months.
That's your guess?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you one more guess, and I'm going to tell you it is lower.
Oh, no. Like 3.5 months?
You aren't going to get it.
Oh, no.
It was 11 days. Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, true story.
Wow!
Some guy came in. He had, I guess, time off from work, which you would need after this.
And like $2,000.
It was money being spent very quickly. 63 days?
I think that was his guess.
Oh, okay. That's a good guess, but it's 11. That was closer than 11 days, which if you do the math for that, is a lot of drinks per day.
That's a lot of drinks.
And if you, by, let's say just day 5, must be just a fog, let alone day 9, 10, 11.
Oh my god. I feel like doing it in less than
Yeah.
Because that was 11 days. God damn. And was he there 11 days in a row?
Like, he just kept going, yeah.
Every day? Because, like, god damn. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. This was start to finish 11 days.
Trey says, I wonder what it's like to forget an entire 11 days.
I mean, you'd
remember the beginning of the first one. You'd remember the beginning of the first one.
And you would probably have some recollection of the last one. And there would be some mornings where you're like, I have to go there. But that is so much.
God damn.
As a fan, that is so much.
Yeah, it's the McDonald's, what was that, Super Size Me?
Yeah. Super Size Me might have been healthier. I'm not sure. That was a month.
That's true.
11 days, 70-something drinks.
God damn, dude.
10 drinks a day, yeah.
Yeesh.
By day 3, I'd be like, we could probably take some time off.
Yeah. I'll come back next week. Damn, they had to make a mug of that guy.
He deserves it. It's
just
a coffin.
Touche.
He's probably fine.
Do you want to get into the small amount of questions that we got this week?
Yeah, I think we should.
So if anybody's got any like good legitimate questions, ask them down here at the bottom at the little question thing down there. Jeff, you got a point too. You're on the bottom.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's right. It should be around here. It's a question.
Yeah,
mark.
right about there.
It's like a question mark.
The first one I got was from Mr. Jake LaRue.
Oh boy.
He asks, "Is a 1998 Honda Civic Tiki?"
Ooh, unrelated, real quick. What kind of car is Jake driving? Currently?
Jake drives a Volkswagen Golf.
Okay, that's fine. License plate. See, I don't think so.
I also don't think
Looks
so.
like,
Kind of looks like this.
yeah.
If you're just listening, Z was asking, what do question marks look like? I held up my straw. It kind of looks like a question mark.
And
then
we
she
did the
asked,
thing.
are question marks Tiki?
No, they're universal. I don't think they're necessarily Tiki. And also, new captain in town says 10 drinks a day is common for Wisconsinites. I understand that. These are Tiki drinks, where one drink often equals 2 to 3 in some cases, and especially in the grog log, where they just pull no punches, and they're like, this is a day ender in some cases. That was said to us in so many words, where they're like, this one is going to, you only want to do this one today. So to do the number he did, or she, I'm not sure.
Could have been Marie.
It could have been. I don't think it was, but it could have been. But anyway, yes. There. Did we answer that question?
Honda Civic 1998
It's
Honda
not.
Civic's not nearly as tiki as the 1999 Honda Civic. I think is what we're getting at here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And this one came from Val, which is a little bit more serious and sparks conversation. Is Mexico or Mexican culture tiki? This question came from, we were watching a commercial last night. I don't remember what it was for, but this guy makes himself a margarita, and then as the commercial progresses, his surroundings get more and more tiki. He's suddenly like sitting in like a home sort of tiki bar. You know, it's like a not like a cool home bar, but like a bar, and he's got bamboo around him, and it says I don't know if it says tiki bar, but there's tikis around him then. And I was like, this guy is drinking a margarita, and so we started talking about it, and she was like, you should talk about this on the show. So
That's big.
Mexico and Mexican culture, is it tiki?
What was it? Was a margarita he made?
Yeah, I just making margarita. There was some commercial that was like some girl was making something. She's like, I'm gonna maybe it was for Drizzly, that like alcohol delivery service.
Oh.
And she's like, I'm gonna order some scotch and some limes and something. And he's like, I'm gonna order some tequila and limes and syrup. And then they like keep going back and forth, and both like of their surroundings gets more. She's like sitting in an armchair smoking a cigar or something.
So they're implying that the vibe of tequila is this sort of. I would say that is, as a tequila fan, as a man born on Cinco de Mayo, big fan of tequila.
Cinco de Jeff.
Cinco de Jefe, as some people have said, not me, but
I've said
it. You've said it. So many people have said it. It's not necessarily a inherently tiki beverage, because I think that it is so much its own thing, especially given the culture and given Mexico and what tequila is there. In the same vein, though, we can say that like some legit tiki bars like Tiki Tea have both acknowledged and adapted that tequila is big. Tequila is a good thing. We're going to make drinks with it, but rum is still number one.
Mm-hmm.
And so, to me, especially because it's a big corporation that may or may not know what it's talking about, I would not think that bamboo and tequila goes together. Am I happy to see tequila on the menu in a tiki bar? Yes. Fine with it. Can they work in a lot of drinks? Yes. I think you can throw it in some cases and do okay, and I think there is a case to be made for different brands of like aged tequila possibly being a unique experience with substituting the rum that would be in some of these drinks. But that's not to say that it is definitively tiki. It's just a creative choice you can make, and I don't think that's the same drinking tequila as it is having, a bamboo tiki bar in the moai and everything around you.
Agreed. The Rock makes tequila.
Yeah.
And as we've said before, including on this episode, The Rock is tiki.
He's tiki, yes, but not everything he does is tiki, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
He is universal in the same sense as a lot of things can be, as we've said.
I've definitely come across mezcal in some tiki drinks that's really good.
Love to see that branching out, because there's a future to pursue here. And as I pointed out, Tiki Tea will acknowledge that people are into this, and let's see if we can make this a thing. But it's the audience who will respond and say, this is something we like, this is popular. That's how Tiki got off the ground in the first place. So many people were like, oh, this is great, this is new to me, whatever.
There's also a group or brand, maybe I would call it, Vato Sutiki, who are actually doing a giveaway right now. If you check out Vato Sutiki.
All right.
They seem like really good dudes. I don't know them personally, but they seem super super chill. And maybe ladies. I don't really know who's. I don't know them.
Could be
Um,
anybody.
yeah, I feel like a lot too. There California has such a deep history of Mexican culture, and it's where Tiki started. I feel like
Yeah.
if anything, it's gonna be Tiki adjacent, And there's so much, especially if you're getting into like ancient ancient cultures and things, and like the Olmec and Azteca and
Yeah.
and these cultures. There's just something really, I guess, more inherently like tiki pop about it, and just this sort
Oh,
of like adventure that comes
totally.
along with these ancient cultures and exploring and artifacts and things like
If
that.
there's a room in the new adult Legends of the Hidden Temple course where you just have to do 3 shots of tequila, it's not completely out of place, and it is indeed welcome and fun, I would
Yeah,
think. It's more, but to that end, I say that there is a separate culture here, and to not diminish both. It can be tiki, it's welcome in a tiki bar. It's not definitively tiki. I wouldn't necessarily put up a bamboo bar and then put up totems and serve tequila only, if that makes sense.
agreed. Yeah, yeah, definitely adjacent.
Yeah,
Definitely adjacent.
tiki welcome. That's the scale. That's going to be the not tiki, tiki sorta, tiki adjacent, tiki welcome, tiki.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd give it like a, you know, maybe sub 500, but greater than 400, you know?
Yeah. I might put it right at 500. 500 usually kind of comes in a bit adjacent. It
Yeah,
seems. It
yeah.
seems.
I might do 475.
Whew.
Take notes.
You're
Write
the
down the
you're the
scores and
French
call
judge
us
in
out
this.
later.
Andrew asks, Surfside Sips asks, is Dia de los Muertos tiki? I feel like that just really goes along with everything we were saying.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Uh, Actually, probably less than what we were saying, really, because that's a specifically Mexican.
This is their holiday
Yeah,
for
yeah,
celebrating the dead,
yeah.
which is, you know, skulls are prominent in a number of features, but I wouldn't classify it as such because of everything else. There's 99% other things that are like, hey, this is the deal. This is what we're doing for this holiday. And to claim it as tiki, I think, would not do either end justice. Does that
Agreed.
make sense?
Yeah. I will say that when Val and I went to Trey's wedding in 2019 out in New York, well, New Jersey, but we went into the city and we went to the Polynesian,
Nice.
which is great tiki bar there. Um, the mug that Val was drinking out of was definitely a Dia de los Muertos skull mug, and it was really cool.
That's very cool.
I wish I could remember the artist. He was on Tiki Trail Live like a week or two ago, and I saw him talking
Interesting.
about it. I was like, oh, we drank out of that mug, but I can't. My bad.
That's
Can't
a
remember.
grayer area in the sense of I'd need to know the motivation behind the artist and what. As a holiday, not tiki.
Agreed.
As a
Agreed.
celebration, not tiki. But tequila is still something that I think is welcome at tiki bars and is not definitively tiki, but not tiki. Tiki adjacent, tiki welcome, as we say
Totally.
on this podcast.
That's what we say.
That's what we say.
Stone Flamingo said Jim's special at Tiki T has tequila and it's hella yummy. Yeah.
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 Well, that's, like I said, that's the adaptation and keeping up with the times as certain spirits become more popular. You'll find Scotch is not very prominent in tiki concoctions.
Yeah.
For good reason. Least of all being it on its own. Not that it isn't tiki, but it doesn't lend itself to the sort of flavors they're doing. But tequila is a spirit, very mutable, you can work with it in kind of similar ways as rum.
Totally.
Not exactly the same, but there's a case to be made.
Totally. And
These
Andrew,
are good questions. We shouldn't have ended with this. We gotta start with these.
And Andrew, it was not Tiki Diablo. Wasn't him. But man, that guy is great. Speaking of Tiki Diablo, he had a huge hand in the reopening and the original of Undertow, my favorite tiki bar in Arizona. Gonna go to it when I'm there for Tiki Oasis again. Can't wait. Say it every
You're
time.
a big fan.
Big fan.
You're always mentioning it. You're making it real.
Can't wait. Favorite place.
Mac, I think we gotta wind it down, but do you have anything you want to plug or anybody you'd like to shout out to at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we're coming up on a Snyder cut here, so
coming up on
wrap it up.
A little over a quarter, 25% of a Snyder cut.
As usual, shout out Surfside Sips, Andrew. He's the man. Kick-Ass Straws. Let's see, there's another one that's right up here. Here's another one. You can't really see it. There's another one right here. Andrew's the best. And Ian and Rob at the Happy Tiki Head Show. They've always got love for us. I love those guys. Great podcast every Tiki Tuesday at 5 o'clock our time, Pacific time. They're always talking about ska, horror movies, and Tiki. That's like right up my alley. I love those guys. They had a great interview yesterday. Highly recommend checking them out.
Fantastic. I'm sold.
Yeah. How about you? Shouting out anybody?
I'd want to shout out the Adventures Pack on Twitch, as well as Emmy the Odd on Twitch. In addition to Surfside Sips, Glass Straws, fantastic. Looking forward to using them. I mean, you always make them look good. Adventurers Pack and Emmy the Odd are streamers who have, when I've jumped into their feeds, consistently shout us out. And I am, if anything, at best, a chaotic force in their chat. Like, that's being nice about it. So for them to continuously say, like, they're doing this is great. I really appreciate it, and I wouldn't shout them out if they weren't really great content as well. They're playing games like Hades, they're playing Stardew Valley, and the Odd is doing both of those. The Adventurers Pack does a lot of D&D stuff. It's just a general great scene. Scott, one of the other founders of it, will do scary games such as any number of VR games where there's going to be a jump scare. He will play it. It is fun to watch. I wouldn't personally play those games, but it is amazing to watch him go through them. And so...
Oh, nice. Yeah, you'll have to you got to tag me next time that they're going live on something. I would love to pop into one of those streams.
Oh yeah, they're great. And the Odd, Adventurers Pack, great stuff. Those are my plugs, and Surfside Sips, of course.
Of course, our best sponsor. Surfside Sips and DraftKings. Please use code Surfside Sips to get $200 free in DraftKings for betting on children.
We can't. I don't know if that's illegal or not. I would assume not. We'll find out. Don't worry about it.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that was episode 6. I can't believe we're on episode 6 already. This has been great. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Everybody.
Super duper, and we'll see you next week, right? Yeah, mahalo.